Yo.
Hey.
Good evening, everybody.
Hey, what's
How's
up?
everyone doing? Julian AI trying to get a job with me. Hoy, don't
Ang
be
AI ba binabayaran nyo?
don't laugh at him. He's looking for an internship.
Yeah. I mean, we
Pero yung
wish
AI
all the
di na
best.
binabayaran yun.
We wish all the best for your job hunt, Julian.
What up, D Prime? John, sorry to hear
D
that
Prime,
you're under the
John,
weather.
get well soon, bro.
Say hey to
Pagaling.
Joshua, who has a question for us already. We'll probably answer that later. Just stay tuned.
Hi, Joshua Jaquez. I don't know if you're related to J. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Jaime Jaquez. What's up?
Tatawagin mo siyang Jamie, no?
Oh, I buti, buti hindi ko nasabi. Ayan. Like, did you guys already get your rest after earlier? After the 2 days WrestleMania?
Kulang pa. Kulang pang pahinga ko.
Yeah. Yeah.
What up, Cozy?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, a lot of people are saying that actually. Kasi not really cozy.
Alin?
Yung first Mania na feel niya may kulang in a way. And
Okay.
you're not alone. A lot of people are feeling that way too.
Siyempre, walang tickets na si Julian. Hindi naman bibili yan eh.
Even
Basta
if
nga
it's, yeah, it is. Wow, she's amazing.
Ikaw, Jasper, nakanood ka ba nung viewing party? Were you with the boys?
No, he
No,
was
he
not.
wasn't.
He was.
He
Before
was
we
at
went on air,
work.
I was telling him that he didn't really miss much because it wasn't quite worth waking up at 4 a.m. for to get to BGC at 5 for diba. And then
It was all right.
yeah, it was all right if you weren't like waking up at the crack of dawn.
True.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, but thank you to everyone who joined us. Like it was fun when it was fun.
Yep.
I'm glad you guys had fun. Kasi alam niyo yan.
I mean, honestly, I had more fun with this than the one we had 2 years ago, where I couldn't even watch the
yeah.
show.
Yeah, kasi the
Yeah.
setup of Skinny Mike's made it so that Emil had to stay outside.
Like half the show, I was outside. I didn't even get to watch it.
Yeah.
So I really had fun this one personally.
Shout out sa mga yung dumarating super late because they just wanted to watch the main event.
Oh,
And they would
there was one walking nung night one. Where
Yeah.
Sinabi na sa akin na like, okay lang kasi sa main event lang daw siya
She paid walk-in prices just to watch the main event.
Wow. Babae pa. Nice.
Yeah, so shout out to you.
Ate girl. Ate girl main event.
Yeah. Pero okay lang naman. Like, gets din naman yung mga nalilate. I mean, the show was so freaking early.
It's a good question, Julian. Is there a meltdown coming tonight?
Because night 2 was okay, maybe not.
Please hit my music and yeet!
My name is Colin Cash Money Cannon.
What do we want to talk about?
Hey, this is the Cosmic Cactus, Paul London.
You're still just a kid. Hello, WWE Universe in the Philippines. This is Charlotte.
Because mommy is always on top.
This is Lola Vice. I love you so much.
They love my Latina heat.
What's going on? This is Xavier Woods, aka Austin Creed.
You are CM Punk.
We are pretty deadly. Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
To say his name.
Say his name and he appears.
Stan C, the voice of Philippine wrestling, University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Romoran, the fancy dad, University of the Philippines, Diliman.
Chino Liao, Best Gout Machine, San Sebastian College Recoletos, College of St. Benilde, De La Salle University, International Academy of Film and Television.
Emil Nate, small forward, the Ateneo de Naga University.
When you're listening,
and you're listening
to the Wrestling Podcast.
And you're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
To the Wrestling Podcast.
Wrestling Podcast.
On our Wrestling Podcast.
The Wrestling Podcast.
You're listening to the Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah.
You are watching and listening to the longest running weekly episodic Filipino wrestling podcast. This is the Wrestling Podcast. Stan C, Romoran, and Emil Nate coming at you with a weekend reacts after WrestleMania 42. Pero bago ang lahat, happy 420! Sobrang init. It is blazing hot. No, ba si Emil Nate, hala.
Sorry.
Emil, nag-celebrate ka, no?
I don't do that shit, you know.
Yeah, he's straight edge. Look at you. Straight edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still obviously very tired. Medyo low energy tayo because of manning the watch parties, or in my case, working WrestleMania on commentary. Pero we still have the live stream. We're still getting your reactions and our reactions in as well. Dami natin pag-uusapan actually, given everything that happened nitong WrestleMania 40. But before that, magpasalamat muna tayo sa lahat ng mga friends natin at Skinny Mike's for helping us mount another successful watch party for the 12th year running now here on the podcast.
Thank you, Sir Ben, Miss Love, Karen, the team at Skinny Mike's for accommodating us as always. Next year, babawi kami. Next time, babawi kami. Tayo naman yung mag-feature sa broadcast. Di tayo na-feature as the longest running viewing party in Manila, right? So,
yeah.
That is on us. Babawi kami.
Mm-hmm. That said, we got to congratulate our friends from Hobby Stadium, to Stephen Go and the rest of the crew over there. I don't know how it happened, but it happened, yeah. We always joke on commentary kami ni Cardo na, one day, yung Pilipinas mafe-feature din sa mga watch party. Tapos, putsa, nangyari nga.
Pero di yung watch party natin.
Di yung watch party natin. So, it just goes to show you that anything can indeed happen in the wild world of wrestling. So, yeah. Let's get to some quick plugs. We're still taking your sponsorships kahit na may gera, kahit na nagkakandaleche-leche yung mundo. If you want to pay for Emil Nate to have a meltdown on something, hit us up. hello.wrestlingpodcast@gmail.com. Or if you just want to support the show and be part of our growing patron community, you can do that for as low as $5 a month, or about 300 pesos-ish. That's at patreon.com/wrestling2xpod or ganknow.com/wrestling2xpod. All right. One last thing that we got to say before we get to weekend reacts. We got to shout out our friend Super P.
Oh, yes. Incredible week.
So she's part of the Lodestone training program. I'm not sure kung nabanggit na natin on nung Thursday live stream, no? But just in case. She was part of this year's batch of the Lodestone training seminar, which is conducted by none other than Bailey. And the special guests who were also there for the seminar were just the likes of CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Danhausen, Rey Mysterio. Sila lang naman. No, so yun yung mga bagong friends ni Super P. So, she and so many other women from all around the world, including another friend of the pod, Kingsley from Manopo, they all got to have a great time learning more from each other, from Bailey and all the superstars from the industry. Super P had the best WrestleMania weekend. She got to be there live for WrestleMania. She got to perform at Vegas as well. Diba? Sinong Pinoy wrestler makakapagsabi na they got to perform during WrestleMania week in the city of WrestleMania?
Yeah.
San ka pa?
Yeah. Congratulations, Super P. There was a time I would be jealous, but now I'm not so much. I'm just happy for my fellow Pinoy wrestlers who get to make it and live the dream. There's no feeling like it at all. I mean, I literally don't know what it feels like because there's no feeling like it. But I hope and I pray that this will be the start of brand new opportunities, a brand new chapter for Super P, especially after everything she's been through. There is no one more deserving right now in our roster of wrestlers, of aspiring wrestlers, than one Super P.
Yeah, hard to agree. The woman works hard.
Oh, Bailey even posted a photo, diba? With
wearing her
Super P
shirt.
That's
No, papasok
great.
siya ng WrestleMania. Imagine if they actually shot Bailey in that during her arrival shot
Okay.
for WrestleMania Saturday, diba?
Yeah.
So, lahat ng mga ops ni Super P noon, they can all suck it and eat shit.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, let's get to some WrestleMania 42 reactions. And I think the consensus based on wrestling discourse is mas nag-enjoy yung mga tao sa night 2 kesa sa night 1. And let's start there. Why do you guys think that was?
Why do we think that was? Well, you know, the main evented.
Yeah.
It was a satisfying ending. There was no weird storytelling shenanigans with this one. It was straight up, simple, easy to digest story, easy to follow, logical conclusion. Punk was just old, and Roman was not as old, and capitalized on Punk's age. And they had themselves a straight up wrestling match. No dumb interferences, no bloodline shit, no I don't know, whatever else have you know, Pat McAfee for one. And yeah, title changes all throughout the night then basically gave people what they wanted. So basically they followed like the rudimentary match structure like throughout the 2 nights, about where you kind of deny what the people want only to bounce back by every setback's a setup for a comeback, and you give the people what they want on the second day so that they leave happy. Diba? Was it worth pissing people off on night 1? I don't think it was, because I felt like it pretty much tanked din yung perception ng entire event, because yes, you kind of want people guessing and continuing to watch the show through the second night, but you also don't want to leave a bad taste in their mouths, especially when they have to sit through all of that.
Yep. Night 1 was the biggest piece of garbage wrestling I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
Emil Nate coming in hot.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it was
only because you haven't seen early PWR.
Oh, nga. That's right.
Because first,
and we can say that because we were part of it.
All right. Because first, night 1 was longer. But it was shorter in terms of the in-ring action. For like umabot pa ng 4 hours yun, yung night 1. I think it did.
Yeah,
it did.
So for 4 hours, like 75% of that was seeing Hulk Hogan's fucking face. Right? I already ranted about that in my reel yesterday, but I just had to say that. Like Hulk Hogan was the most prominent guy featured in night 1. And he's not even alive anymore. So plus I also agree, all the interferences in the main event. What the fuck was that main event? The matches were really short. Like only Gunter versus Seth yung umabot ng double
15
digits.
minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes. And
the main event was more than 15 minutes.
No, aside from the main event. Yeah, aside from the main event. Sorry. And I felt like Gunter versus Seth could have used 5 more minutes. But technically 15 siya, but because of the early brawl, diba? So hindi siya na-count.
Yeah.
Hindi siya na-count eh. So yeah, and iniisip ko tuloy, are they deliberately tagging night 1 the past couple of years? Kasi ganun yung feeling ng lahat eh. Na they're deliberately under-delivering in night one, so that
I
people are
don't.
gonna be happy after night two.
That's what I was saying, Emil. That's what I was saying. That they got all the bad outcomes out of the way on night one. Because there will be bad outcomes. There will be outcomes that people don't like. Kaya if you're gonna have them on the event, you might as well get them out of the way uh, early on. But the problem is the 2 night event is not it's not one big whole, diba? It's still
Yeah.
one night, one night. It's still two different parts trying to come to one big sum. But it's not, diba? It's just it's one night and then you feel a way about it. Then you move on to the other night. Then you feel a way about that. Diba? It's two separate nights, not one coherent whole. And that's the problem when you're trying to put all of the disappointing stuff in the first night to get it out of the way. There will be, or there are people who don't like that because it's still a bad ending, diba? So, that's the deliberate part. It's not that they're deliberately tanking because they want you to take a shit over night one. It's because there do have to be bad endings, diba? And you might as well get that out while you can still forget about night one when night two happens. You know what I mean? Before anything else, let's acknowledge patron Anton Garcia, who was on the broadcast when they showed Hobby Stadium.
He appeared
So
in WWE programming.
Yeah, he made it WWE programming, which is ironic because he is a huge AEW super sicko. So jokes on you, Anton. Jokes on
Anton,
you, my
nauna ka
friend.
pa. Nauna ka pa sa lahat ng mga Pinoy wrestler.
Oh, if you go watch the Hobby Stadium clip back, he's the one in the red John Cena shirt. So, the ultimate
That's low
joke,
realization.
the ultimate joke that the biggest AEW sicko I know was featured on the WWE program.
Life is funny, man. Life is funny. Okay, to sagutin natin
Plays
itong
on.
question ni Albert. Sabi ni Albert, bakit daw di pinalabas yung entrance in a Dragon Lee, Rusev, and JD McDonough? So the real
Because Hulk
answer is
Hogan.
that the real answer, aside from Hulk Hogan, as Ro and Emil like to rant about, is because diba the first hour was airing on ESPN in the US, as in actual ESPN,
yes,
the cable channel talaga. As such, yung structure nung first hour was very much like a TV episode kasi the purpose of that was to lead into the ESPN app. So dahil dyan, meron mga na-sacrifice, among them yung entrances na Dragon, Rusev, and JD. It sucks kasi like Dragon Lee had a really nice literal dragon on his shoulders, diba? Papasok siya ng WrestleMania. But yeah, it is what it is. Ganun talaga. It's part of doing business and making money. So yun. That's the real reason why there were things na hindi natin napanood.
Actually,
for a lot of you, yung mga... Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was going to say that we should actually start talking about that now because obviously the elephant in the room for this WrestleMania is the amount of advertising that was shown on all sides of the programming of the broadcast, but not just on the ESPN side, but also on the app side, the Netflix side. So, ang dami talagang advertisements. And personally, and I know that this is not a popular opinion because I work in advertising, I work in marketing. It's no problems to me, diba? Guys, I grew up in the age of TV, diba? Like the commercial break is a literal break in the action, diba? So I never minded that there were commercials. But I guess when you get used to, let's say, streaming nowadays, diba? You also get used to the fact that you can get your demand or your content on demand in one sitting, diba? Without having to break it up into commercial breaks, diba? I know that Emil has a strong feeling about this because, syempre, other than the fact that it broke up the action, it also ate into the match times that led to the shorter times of, I guess, both nights na rin. Kasi lalo na night one because night one had 7 matches on the card.
Yeah, if the show was like 3 hours, I wouldn't mind the match times. That's why the show was 4 hours eh. So sobrang daming sobrang daming airtime na nasayang. Hindi man nasayang, but so many airtime, so much airtime was dedicated to ads. And isa rin nawala yung mga mania staples like backstage segments. Diba? That's one of the staples of WrestleMania. Yung mga backstage segments where
Is it though?
some legends would appear or like something would happen or wrestlers would interact with each other. So that was the one thing na nawala completely because they puro ads na lang yung nakikita natin eh. And paulit-ulit pa yung ads. So on our side at least, maybe on ESPN it was different, but yeah, I mean, para ako nanonood ng laban ni Pacquiao, sa TV.
Yeah, and
Remember
that's
those
why I got
times?
used to it. You say I watched, I lived through those GMA, those ABS GMA days.
Yeah, both networks did air. So para ako nanonood ng mga laban ni Pacquiao sa haba ng commercials eh. So
yeah. That's really the reality of it, diba? WrestleMania has often been compared to the Super Bowl, and there's a reason why Super Bowl commercials are a thing. Kasi the NFL and the network that airs Super Bowl, alam nila na that's when they've got the most captive eyeballs.
But still, all right, that's not a good comparison because the Super Bowl is on cable TV.
Free TV, no.
Free, I mean, it's on TV, not
it's on TV.
not PPV, not on the app. So everyone knows when you watch Super Bowl, there is an expectation of advertising because it is on free TV, as Emil said. So, the expectations are different for a wrestling show. Nah, there shouldn't be this much advertising, and you don't have an expectation of a wrestling show, a wrestling big event, diba? Having that much advertising. Yeah, people were so thrown off.
Saka, di ba, in principle, if you pay, because technically pay-per-view pa rin to eh. So if you pay money to watch the show, ang expectations nun is wala nang advertisement kasi you're already paying to watch the show.
Yeah.
So, di ba, ganun yung old principle, di ba, of like PPPs.
No, Emil, that's also not entirely true because even in the old days of the WWE pay-per-views, may advertisements pa rin in-show. And even AEW has advertisements in-show. So you can't tell me na this is the first pay-per-view that really violated the principle
fair.
of advertising in pay-per-views.
No, I think what Emil was trying to get at was that the ratio of, and the numbers do actually back this up, the ratio of advertising to actual in-ring action, not just not just the time of the broadcast where it's not advertising, the actual in-ring action is so lopsided, not in the favor of wrestling but in the favor of everything else, that's why fans noticed, and that's why the advertising became a lot more egregious. Kaya I saw that there was like only 90 minutes of actual wrestling thereabouts, or a little less out of 4 hours. So that's not a good ratio at all.
Yeah.
Especially when you try to argue kunyari on behalf of the AEW where sunod-sunod siya. At least you're getting the wrestling that you paid for, diba? I'm not defending AEW especially here because syempre it's a whole different experience, but I can see how people are disappointed and frustrated with the WWE product when they're really focusing on a lot of not just advertising, but internal advertising of their own stuff. But like, as Emil said, how many times do you need to be beat over the head by the fact that there is a Hulk Hogan documentary coming out? Like they air that stuff twice or thrice in in the broadcast in one night. So a lot of it is repetitive. Alam mo yun, it's just weird. I get it if it's like the Ricky Hatton Pacquiao event, diba? Nung, it only ended at round 2, so they had to make up for it by with a bunch of ads. Diba? But it's not. There was a whole 3.5 hours, 4 hours of wrestling that they had to get through.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, especially when you bring up yung ratio, diba? Even kami, like, sa side namin on commentary, nagulat din kami lalo na with WrestleMania Saturday. Like, uy, tapos na pala tong match. Alam mo yun? Kasi ang bilis. Naramdaman din namin na ang bilis. I guess kasi like ako, when I go into WrestleMania, I'm expecting na talagang paguran, diba? Match per match paguran. By, I guess like halfway through WrestleMania Saturday, I was like, parang hindi pa ako super pagod. and it's because the matches weren't as long as I was used to for a WrestleMania. So I will say na napansin ko siya on that end.
I was like, all right, if we didn't have these ads, we could have ended much sooner. I just want to go home and sleep.
And
But no, because we had the ads, we still had to end at 10 o'clock and 9:30 and all that.
actually, yung night 2 talagang mas better pace siya kasi the main event, like the last match before the main event ended before 8 a.m. So, sobrang aga.
And then
Yeah.
it took 30 minutes for Danhausen and then
Oh yeah, they
the
had that
entrances.
segment. Yeah, which was fun. Yeah, that was segment was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, but yeah, so
Mhm.
like sobrang magkaiba yung pacing ng night 1 and night 2. Despite night 2 still having those ads, but for me it was better, even better pace. But talaga mas mabilis siya.
Okay.
Sobrang bilis niya.
Baka kasi baka tinanggal si Mad Max, naging Tron na kasi yung theme.
No, I actually, I'm glad that you mentioned the pacing of night one because some people are saying that maybe WrestleMania should just be one night again.
Oh no. Yeah,
So
agree with
the
that,
problem with that is when that was a thing, the whole show felt like night one. Diba?
Yes.
Except there were less ads, but there were less ads, but everything was so rushed because they had to fit everything in. And
Yeah.
when they were not trying to fit everything in, it would end up a 6 to 8 hour disaster. Diba? So like WrestleMania 35, that Stan was in, Stan and Chris Panzer were in, diba? That was insanely long because they had to fit in what, 14 matches? How many was that?
17.
17. Jesus
Wow.
Christ, diba? 17
Yeah.
matches in one evening. So I will give credit to Tatang, the old man, for actually deciding to split the shows up into 2 evenings because the roster is that deep, diba? And when you want to give everybody a WrestleMania payday, you can't honestly realistically fit in the whole thing in one night unless you start super early, like 3 in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
Nung WrestleMania 35, 5 p.m. Eastern Time pa lang nagsimula na. Okay.
Ah, the pre-show.
Natapos siya
Yeah.
literally the next calendar day na. Lumabas si Becky Lynch the next day na. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Sabi nga
Imagine
nila,
70,000 people filing out of MetLife Stadium trying to get a ride. Not even like an Uber, but like a fucking bus ride or a train ride kasi sobrang pahirapan. So it was torture for 70,000 people plus the people working the show.
Yeah, I know how that feels. Like legit, I know how that feels. Na you end up waiting all night to get on the show. But it's not great, guys. A lot of people romanticize, especially AW fans. They romanticize the 4 to 5 hours a night they're getting off the main card pa lang, of a AW pay per view. That doesn't even count like the 2 hours of the 0 hour. So they justify it by saying that, oh, you get so much wrestling. Why do you complain about so much wrestling? It's not a pleasant experience. It's not a good feeling at all. Like, props to you that you're getting your hard-earned $60 worth, diba, of wrestling. But the trade-off is that it is exhausting for everyone involved. And considering a lot of half the AEW pay-per-views are on Sunday night, diba? If you're actually in the US watching those live, whether you're in the arena or on your TV at home, you still have to, wake up early for work the next day.
I wish there was a
Buti nga
perfect
kung nagbabayad for the pay-per-view to mga nagre-reklamo eh. Paano yung mga namimirata lang dyan, di ba? Ang dami mo na nga kuda, namimirata ka pa.
In a perfect world, there's a perfect balance to this, to the approach of both companies.
4 hours is nice. I don't mind 4 hours for a PLE, for a pay-per-view, because there are so many wrestlers now and there are so many stories that we cut it at 4. That's the max for a big event.
For pay-per-view. Yeah.
All right, let's start to break down the in-ring action. It took us a while. It took us about 20-something minutes to get to talking about the actual in-ring stuff, but we got there.
Yes.
Let's start with the new champions, and let's go through them. We'll start with Roman Reigns, the new World Heavyweight Champion after outlasting CM Punk. He basically proved that Punk was old, and he made Punk run out of gas and then defeated him.
Kinain ko yung sinabi ko na I don't think Roman is going to be world champion again. When we were doing our predictions episode. I love the main event. And I love it for the fact that we have sinanay tayo ng WWE in the past couple of years na pag main event, may bullshit lagi na nangyayari. May
Meron naman.
interferences.
So night 1, meron.
Night 1, night 1. Even night 1, meron, di ba? So, it was so refreshing to just have a wrestling match. Sometimes it's nice to have a change of pace. Parang we got New Japan or an AEW main event was just wrestling, and that's what we got. Ang ganda din ng story kasi yun nga, by the end, Punk ran out of gas because he sold, and Roman, hindi yung, parang hindi na nakayanan ni CM Punk to lift Roman for the second GTS, which would have been, that would have been, the win. That would have been the winning move right there. Pero, ayun, I'm just happy for what we got. And nakakatawa because some people in at the viewing party, they were waiting. They were waiting for someone to come out. Where's the final boss? I've heard someone, trying to find the rock or something. So, but but for once, we didn't get anything, and I'm happy. I'm happy for this.
Yeah, ironically, people like to clown AEW, but this match was exactly the kind of stuff that Punk was doing in AEW.
Yes.
It's not like as OA or as extra as like a Will Ospreay match or whatever have you, a Kenny Omega match, but this was the kind of stuff he was doing in AEW. Like this was just focused on the wrestling. And there was only like one spot in the entire thing that could be considered like OA insane, which was the low blow that Punk did on Roman. But it didn't involve anything wacky. It was just a low blow. It was just a strategy for Punk to try and win the match because he was running out of gas, and he couldn't put away Roman Reigns. But you're right. Emil's right. It is pretty refreshing to finally have the WWE for once just focus on the goddamn wrestling. But I don't know who had to be convinced of that. Like, I certainly hope that Triple H didn't have to be convinced of having to do that, diba? Like, just go out there 30 minutes, two guys in their 40s, wrestle for 30 minutes, and have Punk try to hang on for dear life. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. I feel like it wasn't the best main event ever, but I feel like everything that happened, especially during night one, made it look really great in contrast.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, next new champion that we got, Rhea Bloody Ripley defeated Jade Cargill, and people are talking about how Rhea finally got a good match out of Jade. Jade bust out the one-winged angel, sapasapa coming out of that match. I personally had fun watching Jade versus Rhea. So
fun.
much so na yung one-winged angel, hindi siya agad nag-register sa akin until I was looking at the comments.
Yeah.
Syempre, di alam ni Michael Cole yun, diba? So, no, I want to talk about this first because when people try to hate on Jade, it's because they actually haven't seen her wrestle in big matches in AEW. Like all they think about when they hear and think about Jade Cargill is her Goldberg performances, about get in there, squash the other person, and leave and win and leave, diba? But she can't actually do this. She can actually wrestle her ass off when it's time to, when she is forced to. And whatever real beef that she and Rhea might have or might not have had, if it was a real thing, she put it to the side and she worked exceptionally well with Rhea. And she proved that there is a reason why the big companies are still signing her. She's not, a clod in the ring. Diba? She's not this weird lunk of metal in the ring that can't move. She can actually, do things. She can actually do athletic things. And she showed that in this match. Like, I can tell that when some people like to comment on wrestlers and they just don't know ball because they don't watch as much as they think they do, or they don't watch as much as they want to, or as much as they should. So I really want to give props to Jade here because I want to hope that she shut up a lot of haters, but I know that she didn't. But it was a really great showing for her either way.
Pansin ko, Jade is at her best pag kalaban yung mga muscle mommies eh. Because I also remember Jade's best match in AEW was against Chris Statlander.
Exactly.
Diba?
That's what I'm talking about.
Diba? So, I got the same vibes from that in this match. And that finish, one of the cleanest finish I've ever seen ever in wrestling. That the counter to yung move to Jade into the Riptide was really great. But honestly, I was so nervous when EO came out kasi people are online are referencing, baka may heel turn ba na mangyayari dito? But I'm glad it went the way it did.
Oh man, love
Uh,
wins.
yeah, exactly. Diba? Like, we have too much heel turns already. So it
Ayaw
was
din natin na magwala yung mga akla.
oh exactly. So again, you know, coming into the match naman, parang wala naman akong duda na these two are gonna do great because first of all, Rhea's track record at WrestleMania has always been great, and Jade I know at her best can deliver. So sobrang this is probably the third best match of the weekend for me.
Mm-hmm. All right. Shout out to Doc G in the comments who said na yung one-winged angel ni Jade is called the Sandstorm. That's right. I did hear
Really?
that. He called it the Sandstorm. Yes, that's
What?
that's her name for it. The Sandstorm.
Okay.
Wow, Emil, it's like other wrestlers can have names for other wrestlers' moves.
I mean, no, because the One Ring Agent is such a unique move. Now, we associate that with Kenny.
Not the WWE crowd.
All
I
right.
mean,
Okay. I mean,
But also the one-winged angel is specifically tied to Kenny Omega. Like he can't call it that.
the one wing in Asia. Oh, like, like why would Jade make her Sephiroth reference?
Well,
So,
CM Punk retained the name of Go to Sleep when he got it from Kenta, di ba? So,
kasi naman, hindi naman unique yun. Hindi naman siya proper
Go
noun.
to Sleep is not a specific reference to a specific other
yes,
IP,
It is a reference to going to sleep. And to getting
which is what
knocked
the
out.
move does to you.
yeah.
Oh. So thank you, Doc G, for pointing that out. That's a great call, Doc G.
Yeah, that's a great
Okay. Let's talk about Liv Morgan, the new women's world champion. So all of that hype, all of that promo, the new music video, the paper magazine, the dancers, all of that stuff has culminated in Liv defeating Stephanie Vaquer for the women's world championship.
Puta.
Ganda nung choreo nung entrance ni Liv.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I dug
pretty
it.
All right.
good.
Well, the match was 7 minutes, so I feel bad more for Steph than anything.
Yeah.
Diba? Not because she lost, but because they had to get in, get out, diba? and didn't have the time to give the moment some gravitas or to tell a rather coherent story, like or a really heavy story based on the build up that they had heading into the match. So sayang na, kawawa siya.
Honestly, parang na-overshadow si Stephanie over the past couple of days kasi di ba Liv has been promoting all over the place, di ba? Like she's been all yung mga magazine and then so parang feel ko naging coronation ni Liv yung match eh. It wasn't it wasn't a battle, it was more of, hey, Liv is a star and we're gonna give her the title. So it kind of felt that way for me. I kind of felt sorry for Steph there a little bit.
Yeah.
Who did you feel sorry more for coming out of WrestleMania? Stephanie Vaquer or poor Sami Zayn, who is still being booed, who got probably booed as loudly as I've heard in the last few weeks at freaking WrestleMania of all places, leading into Trick's culmination then, or coronation rather, as U.S. champion.
Doggy sa Skinny Max, there was also a couple of people booing, right? Like, and then yeah, I hate it. Again, I hate the fact that people are booing Sammy, and it's
the new bandwagon that people can't actually explain. Like if you ask them why do you hate Sami Zayn, they'll repeat. It's like the Cena bandwagon in 2000s, the mid 2000s. Like if you ask someone why you hated John Cena back then, it was because he won all the time. Like it's either you win all the time or you look bad all the time or you're always the underdog. Like okay, the good thing is at least they're giving Sammy some ammunition, some fuel to latch on to this booing and get a new character out of it.
I guess I still hate it. I still hate.
Yeah, I hate it because I know for a fact that most people who are booing Sami Zayn are booing because it's now the cool thing to do, and because there is this organic affinity for Carmelo Hayes, who people thought got robbed when Sammy won, diba? But
Hindi lang yun. Tsaka ka-matchup niya kasi si Trick, who's also super popular.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. So yun, what did you think of Trick's performance here? Lil Yachty notwithstanding. I know some of you in the comments are not happy about his ad-libbing.
Pucha, ang haba nung ano niya.
Ang train.
Sabi ko nga parang mas mahaba pa to sa mga bridal gown na nakita
Oo
ko.
nga eh.
Exactly. I mean, it was alright. You know, the match was given enough time as well. It was good that it was a night two, you know, because they were given more time. And again, yeah, it felt like Chick's coronation. Same thing, same way I feel with the live match. Na parang, okay, this match was made so that they could crown Trick the biggest show of the year, which they did. So good for them.
Sabi ni Albert, I hate that they made Trick look weak. Did he?
I mean, they made him look strong, honestly, because it was a clean win. In a way, it was a clean win as well. It wasn't like
It was not a clean win.
shenanigans.
Nandupang si Lil Yachty. Ano ka ba?
Yeah, but it wasn't. It didn't lead to the win just yet. I think it was a trick shot from when Sammy was setting up the Hiduva kick. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah, Sammy was running for the haluva kick, tas bam, natamaan siya ng
yeah,
trick shot. Din yun.
yes, yeah.
All right. We also have a new women's intercontinental champion in Becky Lynch, who defeated AJ Lee. So really good moments all around with the Wonder Years being there. Becky breaking the live entrance curse. The little AJ Lee's hop skipping to the ring alongside AJ Lee herself. What do you think about how that all went down?
I don't hate it, but I don't know. I wish it was someone else. Like yes, Becky, yes, and I understand that AJ might not be like the most suited for a long reign. Like it was a thing to give her the good the feel good moment then on Elimination Chamber. So I don't particularly hate that AJ lost to Becky. It's just that I don't feel anything about Becky winning. You know what I mean?
I feel like balik sa status quo with Becky being the champion once
Sure.
again. It's a good spot. It is a good spot for Becky, and you could always use that spot to elevate someone else, which I think the next feud or the next couple of feuds here for the women's intercontinental champion might do. So, yeah, I don't mind it.
All right. And finally, new women's tag team champions in Brie Bella and the returning Paige, who surprised everyone. Medyo may nag-leak na nung balita, so people were already talking about it, especially after they'd seen her in Vegas. But still, it isn't official until you actually see and hear insert superstar A here.
I love this. My 2014 self is marking out with AJ Lee and Paige being WWE again. She looked great out there. Not gonna lie, like kasi in her last year in AW, she kind of looked rough for a bit. But here, you know, she looks great. Nakasabay siya sa action. You know, she
I
didn't
mean-
look lost. But yeah, it was she got it for the hot tag eh. Yun lang yung parang naging
Yeah,
okay
exactly. When your only moment in the match is a hot tag,
hot
it's
tag.
hard to fuck that up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna judge it just yet, like whether or not she's good or she's bad. Yeah, the rough times in AEW were because she was still kind of finding her footing, and she wasn't really given the best opportunity to practice herself. Maybe because out of fear then that she might get injured again. But you have one moment in the match, you best not mess it up, and that's exactly what she did not do. Mess it up.
Yeah, she brought back the hits, diba? The Rampage and the Page Turner, they were there, and kulang na lang na she got the mic and said, "I'm back." So we'll probably get that from her sometime this week.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Probably.
Yeah, maybe. Hindi ko alam. Nasa run sheet pa ba, I mean?
I guess. I mean, bagong return eh. So, she's probably going to appear on the Raw after Mania.
All right, someone who we don't know if they're going to appear on the Raw after Mania is Brock Lesnar, because he and Obafemi opened WrestleMania Sunday, had a hell of a hoss fight, and then after Obafemi defeated Brock Lesnar, he has seemingly retired. He really milked the moment. Tinanggal niya yung gloves and then yung boots. He even knelt in front of the boots and gloves. And then yun, nag-iyakan pa sila ni Paul Heyman. And based on all of that, the only logical conclusion is that Brock Lesnar is retiring.
I mean, he's been retired. He's been retired for a while naman eh. But this is maybe the official one. So, I mean, it was a nice moment in front of the Mania crowd. it was an emotional moment. Like I know that was for real kasi umiyak si Brock Lesnar. It's very uncharacteristic of someone like Brock to act like that. And after the match, he was high-fiving the fans pa nga eh. So he really broke character there. So I feel like this is it. Like he's not coming back for anything. Probably for a Hall of Fame induction, probably next year. But aside from that, I think this is it.
Yeah, my bigger worry actually was whether or not Obafemi was winning, and it was not only did he win, but he won in my favorite fashion, which is squash. So it was a 5 minute squash. It was really really big of Brock to do that. Like Brock never ever does that. He is not the squashy, diba? As Julian would probably call it.
Goldberg.
Right.
Yeah.
I suppose, pero that's Goldberg, but not to a younger person, to a younger wrestler, diba? So and not this. Well, I guess it made sense that the younger wrestler was much bigger than he was. So really, really good stuff. Like a genuinely good Brock moment because he gave way from all the years that he took from WWE, especially during the 2010s, the last decade. He gave back finally. Diba? Well, he has given back sometimes, but like in his final act, or what it seems to be his final act, I like that he decided to put over Obafemi that way.
Yeah. I know it was a serious moment, pero natatawa ako sa reactions nila Kofi and Xavier on Twitter
Yeah.
after the match.
Well, that emotion was
I
real
think that's
too.
earned. Oh, earned rin yun eh. Kasi, di ba, both in kayfabe and outside kayfabe, sila yung sila yung talagang na-affect, di ba?
Yeah.
Ako natawa ako dun sa meme na yung parang sa Happy Gilmore, tapos imbis na sina Chubbs, sina Bobby Lashley, Big E, tsaka Kofi.
Yeah. The picture. I saw that. Oh my God.
You know what I'm talking about, di ba?
I saw that.
Una-una, Star Wars joke siya, tapos naging Happy Gilmore joke, tapos it's the three black WWE champions na tinalo ni Brock. That was funny. But on a more serious note, I'm surprised na Gunther didn't kill this career. Given the streak he's been on, and given yung bali-balita na Brock was supposedly gonna go on a retirement tour, and that he was supposedly not gonna lose, yung mga rumors diba? So parang gulatan na lang na, shit, ito na pala. There was no retirement tour, or whatever Brock did from SummerSlam when he returned until now. That was the retirement tour, parang kay AJ Styles.
I actually have a theory. I have a theory because the rumor was that he wanted to do a retirement tour, diba? And he didn't want to lose until the time that he was to retire, diba? And syempre, he wasn't getting his way this time when Triple H was in charge. So I think because Triple H and his creative team vetoed Brock Lesnar and his desires, they decided, okay, if I'm going to lose here, if I can't be made to win here, then I'm just gonna end it all here. Maybe not only was he gonna end it all here, but he wasn't gonna give anyone the benefit of a match that was closer to 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So maybe that might have been the entire factor for this whole decision.
Mm-hmm. I think the larger thing that I want to touch on is the fact that in the span of half a year, a lot of these guys from that generation are all going out one by one.
Sure.
What do you think about that? Parang I don't want to say na ang lakas makatanda, pero nakakagulat lang na halos sabay-sabay silang nag-retire. From Cena to AJ Styles to Brock Lesnar.
Dun sa OBW4 from 2002, si Orton na lang active.
Well, Shelton Benjamin's still there.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
In WWE.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, tumatanda na tayo lahat eh. So,
wow.
No, I get that. It's just that bakit sabay-sabay silang lahat nagre-retire is what I'm pointing out. It's just weird to me na the timing.
Because I think the WWE as of this moment, they have finally found future stars to hold on to. So these guys can finally we can retire now and let these guys have their moment. Like that's what I think.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's just coincidence. I think AJ is just done. Cena is just done, and not everyone started at the same time. But it's just coincidence. Like you want to see something, you want to see a pattern from it all, but there's no pattern. It's just people just wanted to leave, and maybe the factor is that yeah, maybe they saw that the company doesn't need them anymore, or maybe it was they all realized at the same time that they should be doing other things with their lives now because they're all set, but nobody has to keep really coming back to work anymore, which is what Emil was saying then. But at the same time, there is no grand conspiracy for everyone to retire all at the same time.
Sila retired na, si Rey Mysterio nagla-ladder match. And he's the oldest out of the bunch,
Yeah.
diba?
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's been wrestling longer as well. So
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's right. That's right. How about Gunther defeating Seth freaking Rollins via referee stoppage with the help of a returning Braun Breaker? So, did you guys have Braun Breaker coming back on your bingo cards?
Ang sinabi ko is, if he was cleared to do that, then why couldn't they just have made Braun versus Seth at Mania? Yun yung una kong naisip when Braun interfered. But we got a great match nonetheless. Diba? We got a great.
If it was
great
Braun versus Seth, where would you put Gunther? And people will complain about.
Yun nga,
Gunther
exactly.
getting
So
a match.
parang everything fell into place din eh. Diba? So like I liked it for what we got, and sabi ko nga, the match could have used 5 more minutes. It was hitting that epic levels na, and then the Braun interference kind of like yun na yung end ng match, which was, again, I like the decision of putting Gunther over, kasi then there's a story there of yung favor na naman ni Gunther and Heyman. So this leads to multiple possibilities, and now we can go back to the Seth versus Braun feud, which started this whole thing.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's see kung ano magiging next chapter nila. Last couple of things here from WrestleMania. Danhausen and Kit Wilson got their WrestleMania moments. Did you like that segment?
Michael Cole was ranting on midgets the entire time. Nakakatawa. It was a nice segment, diba?
It was a nice break. That's
yeah,
it. It was a nice break between the action.
The interaction between Cena and Danhausen was really funny as well. And nakakatawa yung sinabi ni Cena na he's loving retirement. Parang ganun by the end of all that. So, plus congrats to Danhausen. Like, di pa nga ata siya nakadalawang buwan sa WWE, and he was already in a WrestleMania spot. So good for him. And Kit Wilson too.
Yeah. No, I was more happy for Kit Wilson, really.
Yeah.
Like, he pretty much willed himself into that spot.
Yeah, actually. Kahit na sabihin mo na tsumariwap lang siya ni Miz and all he got to say was, "You are toxic," he's still there at WrestleMania, diba?
I mean, it doesn't matter what he was doing. He got to climb in the ring and share it with the Miz and John Cena, diba?
Yeah.
Like, very few mid-carders will get to say that. So, I'm glad for Kit Wilson. Happy that he pretty much memed himself into a WrestleMania spot, diba? Even though I wanted the whole thing to be, I don't know, Kit Wilson versus Jelly Roll or whatever, or whatever have you, right?
Yeah,
That's still a win. He gets a WrestleMania payday.
Shit, speaking of Jelly Roll, hindi pa natin napag-usapan. Cody
Yeah,
Rhodes and Randy Orton. Oh my gosh, sorry, I completely forgot.
That was so
We gotta
bad,
talk
we
about that
almost
match.
skipped
No, we got to talk about that match because so much happened, and about 36 hours after the fact, people are still trying to figure out what happened here.
I was confused by the end of this match.
No, I mean, it wasn't.
But
It's not that confusing, you know. It's
Okay,
just
how would you break it down, Ro? How would you
Yes,
explain
yeah.
it like I'm five?
Yes, yeah.
Orton is angry. Orton angry. Okay, Ooga Booga time.
Tang in.
Orton bad. Pat McAfee bad. Pat McAfee tell Orton to be bad guy. Orton bad guy. Orton hurt Cody. Orton angry. Hurt Pat McAfee. And then Orton lose. Orton still angry. Orton hurt Cody more because angry. How hard was that?
No, because I think people thought in the match that we were gonna get a double turn. And then they got the Orton moment at the end, which, okay, so Orton is still the heel here.
Oh.
Oh, so akala kasi, like, throughout the match as well, the way they telegraphed the whole match, I kind of got the sense of Austin versus Hart from WrestleMania 13, and then the ending pretty much kind of killed it, killed the whole idea of that double turn, which I think also a lot of people may have the same mindset that I was having when I was watching the match.
What do you
I
think
didn't get
about
this.
Cody Rhodes unleashing yung aggression niya? Kasi diba, the way that he was being aggressive towards Randy Orton, some people on the internet were saying that was heel coded.
Is it? Is it really? I mean, like, after everything that, why does showing emotion have to be always heel coded? Like after everything that that Orton and McAfee put him through, after McAfee tried to shit on the entire wrestling industry by putting over ruthless aggression era Randy Orton, parang alam mo yun, parang, why is all of a sudden Cody not allowed to be angry? Diba? Why is he expected to hold back in the name of honor? Like you yourself, I think you would understand of all people why that doesn't automatically make him a bad guy. You know what I mean? Di ba siya pwedeng magalit because this guy was trying to take away his livelihood, was trying to rally the entire, I don't know, 30 plus demographic of wrestling fans, of WWE fans against him, diba? And trying to blame the company's current woes on him. Couldn't he be angry? Couldn't he be angry that Orton did what he said he would do and listen to the voices in his head? Like, that's weird. I feel like it's a strange and reductive way to look at it. And that if that was a justification for a double turn, then that's kind of I don't know, how dumb did Vince McMahon's booking make us all? You know what I mean? So, well, I thought it was justified. I don't think it was him leading to a double turn. Like now I get why. Now I get why CM Punk would do a low blow. I get why Joe Hendry would do a low blow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So now that you've uga-buga it, Ro, parang to you, parang hindi siya magulo. So why do you think the rest of the people who watch WrestleMania, or majority of the people who are commenting about it at least, feel a very unsettled type of way towards what happened between Cody and Randy?
Oh, because they wanted to cheer Randy and they wanted to again impose and project their own anticipated, developments into the story, like their expectations about, like, oh, the expectation is Cody turns heel and Randy turns face because we love to cheer him, and then, oh, even more so, Randy just RKO'd Pat McAfee, diba? I feel like there's a lot of, again, the same type of expectations that you know misled people to thinking that Chris Jericho was coming back to WWE. You know, it's just really a lot of people wanting what they want to happen.
I just want to say as well, like, I know we have said words about Pat McAfee, but he did deliver a performance nung night one. I even saw a clip where it was after the show and kasama niya si Tyrese Halliburton watching a 50 Cent show. He was still wearing the neck brace. He was still wearing the ref shirt. And he was still throwing the middle fingers to the people. So I'll give credit to Pat for doing his role. Despite all the mess that that the build up did. So I'm not gonna say it was the best, but I would say naitawid naman nila at least.
Siyempre si McAfee si sell niya yung neck injury para siyang politiko, di ba? Kulang na sabihin niya, I am sorry.
Yeah, actually, you know what? For all the shit that people give McAfee, like, he understands the business. Like, he is I'm actually gonna explain this in a future video, in a future reel. But he is a pretty good heel and he's a pretty good worker. Like, he gets the business because, in the same way that Dan Lambert got the business, because it was so easy to hate him, it was easy to also not realize the fact that he understands how heels are supposed to act. And I think you would also know that he was pushing a lot of the right buttons as a heel manager.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, diba, say what you want about yung inclusion niya into the story. Like, if you look at his performance in a vacuum, like, if you judge it based on the metric na, is he doing his job as a heel manager? The answer is unequivocally yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
Neil.
will give Pat McAfee that.
Yeah, Neil is also right in saying that the first time we saw Pat McAfee as a heel was when he was feuding with Adam Cole, diba? And
Oh,
was it
he
the
had
rest of the
Adam
Undisputed
Cole.
Era? Yeah,
He had Adam Cole on his show, and
yeah,
they did something there.
yeah.
So
He's
that,
really good at that. That's why
yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I think the real disdain for his work was because he was a TKO plant,
It was a
and not be,
mouthpiece.
yeah, not because and also because he was a successful heel.
All right, ito some good news. We got a surprise return from Bianca Belair, and it was only for us to all find out that the real reason why she's been inactive is because she's pregnant. So congrats to her and Montez Ford.
The weak pullout game, gang.
So ito, somebody pointed this out on Twitter. Both Rio were in a triple threat match against Bianca Belair. That was Bianca's last match. And then Naomi's last match, Rio din yung nandun. And then now both of them are preggers.
Rio are the fertility goddesses. I mean, congrats, Bianca.
Yeah, it was a nice moment.
It's as good as reason as any for not being in it. At least it's not an injury. At least it's not CTE or whatever have you. Not a concussion. There is always a pipeline of women waiting in the wings to take their spot. Syempre, there's also the same risk that they might get pregnant. But this has happened to every big female star that has graced us over the past few years. And I think we will keep seeing this for as long as the women get prominent spots then in on the show, on the card. So it's a welcome change that, women are more prominent enough in the booking that a pregnancy will derail pushes, because at least we're no longer at a time that you can easily sweep a woman away because she wasn't really doing anything big on the show.
Yeah. Who knows, by WrestleMania 67 or WrestleMania 69, baka yung mga anak ni Naomi and Bianca, baka tag team na sila or baka magkaaway na sila, di ba? Or baka maging magjowa pala sila, di ba? Who knows? Who knows what'll happen in like 25 years? Jeez. Okay, zooming out here, do you guys want to give a rating, like a letter grade to WrestleMania 42?
Sure.
No.
Oh, sige, Emil, ikaw na lang, since you want to give a grade for it.
I give it a B minus. Night one is a D. Night two is a minus.
Wow.
That's how.
So
that's
average
how.
mo.
Yeah. So that's how.
Doc G, tama ba yung pagka-average niya? Is
That's
this correct?
And I don't know if it's, again, like I said kanina, I don't know if it was deliberate on their part to under deliver night one to make sure that people are happy by the end of night two. But it is what we it is what we felt like after kanina. I was feeling pretty good about what I saw compared to nung night one. Medyo na bad trip talaga ako after
Sobrang bad trip mo, gumawa ka ng video. Sino ba nag-shoot nun?
Si Ashley.
So naging witness pa siya ng pagkaburat mo.
Yeah. But yeah, I give it a B minus.
All right. Ato na lang, Ro, something you can answer. What was your favorite moment from WrestleMania 42?
God, I don't know. I was getting through it. Shit. I literally cannot. Sige, Emil, go on.
The old CM Punk theme song.
Miseria Cantare, yeah. Ako rin, yun din yung akin.
Love it. Kasi as soon as the song was announced for the game, parang he kind of teased a little bit that he might do something with it for me. And he was wearing the jacket ng video package, the old jacket. And even though it was the parang for the package before the entrance, I'm still glad we got it. We were getting clips of him in his old days. So
I thought it was really nice that they also put in the names of the three production members, the longtime production staff who passed away. Harley Race at the back, Bo Luders in the front, Larry Den. I believe the Puerto Rican flag is for AJ.
Yeah, for AJ.
Yeah. So yeah, ayun. Nakakatawa. Ito, I'll share a behind the scenes story. So I clocked Miseria Cantare agad. I'm not sure if Carlo clocked it, right? So I called it out, and then I was shouting out all those names in a Bo Luders, Harley Race, etc. And then the producer in her ear was also telling us, shout out these names, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, way ahead of you. So I was pretty proud na naunahan ko yung producer doon. So yun. Ikaw, Rose, sige, ano yung favorite moment mo from 42?
Okay, I think my favorite moment really was Obafemi winning because that was really the most tense moment. The most tense outcome I was dreading because knowing Brock and knowing how he's been booked, it could really easily have been Brock winning and undoing everything that they had done in the build up to this match, diba? So after that, okay, I don't mind. I don't really have a big emotional investment in whatever happens next.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Father Bruce, fresh from SpiceCon.
Oh. Hey, Father Bruce, sana nag-enjoy ka.
Some of your idols were at Wu Fight Night 3.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get to meet your favorite Leah Bear because she left agad, but I have it on good authority that the chances of her coming back to a local wrestling show is definitely more than zero.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else from WrestleMania na miss out natin? Meron pa ba? Parang wala na, no?
And Demon Finn was nice as well. Like it. Oh yeah, I was explaining something to Jasper kanina. I like how they presented the Demon Finn this time because he wrestled different than the normal Finn Balor character. The early kickouts, the way that he was kind of OP, and the way that he defeated Dominic Mysterio very easily. So yun lang naman yung gusto ko mangyari with the demon characters. The character should be OP kasi he's demon and he's parang upsized version ni Finn Balor. So, I like how they presented him there. So, good for them.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, that's it. That's our review of WrestleMania 42. Sa sobrang daming pag-uusapan, we can't even talk about AAA or anything else anymore. Thank you for tuning into the live stream, getting through these reactions with us. We'll have more as we get through the Raw and NXT after WrestleMania. But for now, I think we all gotta sleep. I really think we all need some rest. Si Emil, inaantok na, humihikab na eh.
No, I gotta work.
May trabaho pa siya.
I gotta work in 30 minutes.
Oh, may trabaho pa siya. Oh, baka tulog din pag nag-Raw after Mania na. Oh, sige, real quick, sabi ni Doc G, predictions for Raw after Mania.
Oba goes after Roman. They're gonna have a segment. I mean, they already kind of announced it naman nung show.
They already called each other out.
So that's what we're gonna get. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Brock says something. I think they owe the fans that much then.
I think yeah. Oh.
All right. Yun. So those are the predictions for the Raw after Mania. We're gonna catch you again on Thursday. Kung available si Babyface producer Jasper for a live stream, syempre may trabaho si Jasper. So di natin pwedeng di tayo pwedeng mag-impose. But if not, we'll have an audio-only version up by Friday or by Saturday. For this one, though, we gotta call it a night. So thank you so much for to everybody who joined us in the watch party, to everybody who joined us here on the stream, everybody in the comment section. We really appreciate you. If you haven't yet, subscribe kayo dito sa YouTube natin, Wrestling Podcast, or sa Spotify. Leave a comment like Emil's favorite op, Maria Maginhawa, and let us know what you think about the episodes. Make sure to follow the show at Wrestling Podcast or at Wrestling2xpod. And individually, we are at Roiswar, at _Stan C, at EML_Meister, and at Chino Supersized. Sabi ni Ro, you better subscribe or else you are cursed.
That's Jasper.
We're out of here on behalf of Emil Nate and Romoran and Babyface producer Jasper, who will be cursing you kung di kayo nag-subscribe. I'm Stan C, reminding everyone to stay safe, stay cool, and stay hydrated, and don't be
toxic.
Wrestling Podcast out. Later, Outcasts.
Peace.